All right, guys, I wanted to do another video and I want to talk a little bit more about trying to think the title of this. No contact in the narcissist, but why is it important to stay no contact? Now, I did a video about this a few months ago, I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago, about no contact. And the fact that I've never had to go no contact with my ex-narcissist. He has given me the silent treatment for 9 years or 8.5 years or whatever. So I've never had to do that. Okay. If you're with a covert narcissist who gets butthurt, um, easily, you know what I mean? If you're with a covert narcissist who's guilty, if they know that you found out about them, shit like that, they will stay away from you. They will not face you. They will run away from you, in fact. If you happen to come in contact with your ex narcissist who's a covert narcissist, they will stay away from you. You won't have to do no contact. I've never had to go no contact with mine because mine does the silent treatment. That's his biggest tool. His ammunition is the silent treatment. That's what he does. So I've never had to do that. Um, that's not to say though that you need to um play, kind of play along with them, because this is what happens with narcissists. This is what happens with them. Um when you go no contact with them, like when you stop talking to them, when you stop reaching out to them, all right, what they will do is they will instigate with you because they're curious about you. The narcissist is always curious about their exes. Even though they may have been broken up for 20 years, they are still curious about every single person that they've ever dated. They are. It's how they are. It's just the way they are. It's the way they're built. Even though they're in these other quote unquote situations with other people, it doesn't matter. They're still looking for their ex. They're still checking up on them, on their, shit that and this is the thing. I have never been connected to my ex covert narcissist on social media. I was never connected to him. We were connected on Gmail a long time ago when there used to be Google, what was that? Google Plus, I think it was called. Was it called Google Plus? Which was awesome. I don't know why they ever got rid of Google Plus. Google Plus was a great little kind of social media thing. Everybody probably remembers Google Plus. I loved Google Plus, and they got rid of it. They got rid of Google Plus, and we were connected on there kind of a little bit, I think. Although he did block me on there too, because like I said, I think I told everybody, my ex narcissist, even when I was with him in a relationship, he would block me on chat because he didn't want me to know. When you were on Google Chat back in the day, when you were on your Gmail, the little green light would come on that showed that you were on. He didn't like that. He didn't like that when I was home at my house and I was on. He didn't want to have to chat with me, so he would block me on there. And I think he did that also, so I wouldn't know that he was on there talking to other people, which I didn't care. I don't care about that stuff, but I guess he thought at the time I did. But yeah, he would do stuff like that. He would he would this is when I was in a full blown relationship with this guy. He would just block me. Really weird stuff, right? Like, who cares? But no, we were connected on Google Plus back when there was Google Plus. Um, but that was it. And like I said, I really did. Like, I loved Google Plus. It was a great little. They had beautiful pictures on there. I mean, they had different groups. It wasn't like Facebook. It was kind of its own thing, but I liked it. I liked that it was very. Not a lot of people were on it. It was nice to talk to people on there. I really did enjoy Google Plus. I was very upset when they got rid of it. I really was. But your narcissist will instigate. after, like, for instance, with mine, um, I reached out to my ex narcissist for a couple years because I was going through a really strange situation, kind of very, very creepy and weird and scary. I reached out to him a bunch of times for information. He chose to ignore me about the situation. He didn't want to take part in answering any questions about the situation because he was probably guilty of the situation. So he just ignored me through it. I stopped asking. I went and talked to a friend, one of my ex-boyfriends is an attorney. I got some information about what to do. He gave me information about the situation. I decided to just drop the whole thing because it wasn't worth my time. I was busy. I didn't really care about it anymore. I dropped it and then I stopped contacting my ex narcissist. When you stop contacting your ex narcissist for a month or two, a couple months, or 6 months, however long, a year, whatever, they will get curious about you and they'll start to think about you and wonder, I wonder what happened to her. How come she's not contacting me anymore? Even though he wasn't writing me back or responding to my questions, he still knows that I was contacting him. Like, trust me, I am sure that he opened up every single email that I sent to him. I'm sure that they did. I'm sure of it. But he doesn't want me to know. Or maybe he does want me to know. I don't know. I don't care what he wants me to know, okay? My point to this is that the narcissist will instigate with you. After they don't hear from you for a matter of months, weeks, whatever, they will start to, I don't really miss you. They miss the contact. They miss the attention that you gave them. So they will instigate some cryptic, messed up, crazy shit. Like I said, cryptic messages. They'll start to send you these weird messages for no reason, just to see just to see if you're still around. They want to know if you're still around. Is she still out here? Is she still on this social media site? Is she still out there playing? Does she still want to play with me? And that's what they do. It's all games for them, right? Now, these are men in their 50s. I mean, these are people who are, you know, going on to, their twilight years or their golden years, and they're playing games as if they're in 8th grade, right? You would think a 50-something-year-old man wouldn't do this, right? You would think, no, guys that age, no, they don't play games like this. Yes, they do. Narcissistic guys never stop playing games. And the problem with them is that they think that it's cute. They think that women like their personality or their games, and they don't. Like, I to me, it's a turnoff. When men who are in their 50s act like they're in 7th or 8th grade, um, and they think they're being funny, and it's not funny at all. It's actually a turnoff. It's off-putting. It turns me off. I'm sure it turns off a lot of women. I'm sure it does. But for a narcissistic guy, acting like a complete idiot or an asshole makes them feel good. It does. It gives them that charge I always talk about. Um, like with mine, he thinks he's being funny, but it's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's sad that someone in their 50s has to communicate like that through sending out cryptic messages, or they'll make another thing that they do is they'll make profiles. If you're on a Facebook or any kind of social media site, a dating site, a social media site, they'll make profiles. Like my ex, what he used to do, and I know he used to do this, he would put our names together in a profile. And I would be like, what's that about? I would see like our names, and it wouldn't be my exact name. It'd be like the letters in my name, and he'd like kind of like mix them up a little bit. He is really funky. But this is what they do. They'll do stuff like this because they want you to figure it out. that you're supposed to be a psychic person. By the way, I'm not gonna say I'm a psychic person because I'm not, but I do have like kind of like something with that. I do have like certain like tendencies, towards. I'm not gonna say I'm a psychic. That would be stupid because I'm not a psychic, but I definitely have something, um, some kind of sense, some kind of whatever. So yeah, I wanted to just say that there's no really need to go no contact. If you're with a covert narcissist who got butthurt that you found out about, that you exposed, they know that you know they're a narcissist, shit like that. They're guilty, you know what they did. Um, you call them red-handed, whatever the deal is, okay? They're not gonna confront you. They're not gonna reach out to you and talk to you. They're gonna stay away from you. They're gonna avoid you at all costs. I look forward to the day, and I'm not sure if this will ever happen, but I do look forward to the day when me and my ex narcissist are in the same room. I would love to see what he would do. And I know what he would do. If me and him were in the same room or in the same place, same building, he would probably get on his phone, pretend he was talking to somebody else, and go the other way. My ex covert narcissist would not approach me or, um, greet me and say hello. No, no, he would not do that because he knows I know. He knows that he's guilty. And narcissists can't stand the heat. It's kind of like that thing. They can't handle the truth. It's like that movie. They can't handle the truth. And when they're faced with someone who exposes them or knows about them, knows their bullshit, uh, figured them out, pulled the mask off, they hate people like that. They don't like people who do stuff like that. They don't like when you expose them for who they are. So, no, that's not going to happen. The narcissist will avoid you at all costs. They will run away with their tail between their legs. Like my narcissist would never be able to face me. I welcome the day when that day ever does come. But I'll tell you this, when me and my ex narcissist first broke up, I stayed away from the area that he lived in. Although we live like in a county that doesn't really have a lot, like we live like in the shittiest county in the whole state, which the whole state sucks. Everybody knows that. But where we live, it's not that great. So there's not that many places for like food. I told you all the places around here are the same. There's no progression in New Jersey, so it's kind of like one town looks just like the other town, has the same crappy stores in it. So restaurants are kind of hard to come by. Good food places are kind of hard to come by here as well. It's hard. I can't even find I can't even find an Italian deli in this area where I live. I have to drive an hour to go to a real good Italian deli where they have the bread is fresh. It's real Italian bread. I'm not talking about that stuff the grocery stores sell. I'm talking about real good food. Can't get that here. I can't do it. But because you're really, kind of limited here, you kind of have to branch out. I don't stay away from the area anymore. If I need to go to a restaurant or a store over there, I go there with open arms now. I do not stay away from the area at all. And when we first broke up, for like the first 5 years, I was like, oh no, I can't go over there. When I would go on dates, a lot of times guys would say, hey, you want to go here to like a bar in the area where he lived? I'm like, no, I can't do that. What if my ex is there? I don't want to make it be uncomfortable. I really had respect for the guy, right? I'm like, well, I don't want to run into him. He sees me with another guy. He might get upset. For him, probably the first like 3 or 4 years. Not after 2019, no. But before that, yes. Um, Now I could care less. I go all over there. I'm in the area a few times a week. I shop there when I need to go there. If I have to go there, I will. I go to certain restaurants there, pizzeria places. I'm in there. Well, I go there all the time now, and it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't um, make me feel like I'm being disrespectful. Me and this person has been broken up for almost 10 years by now, so it's like it doesn't bother me. But I welcome the day. I do because I am going to love it. because I know what he'll do. And like I said, I'm gonna laugh and smile. I'm probably will give him a big wave. I'll actually wave. But the narcissist won't. They will run away from you. Like I said, with their tail between their legs, because they are. They're scared of you. And in a fucked up way, it's fucked up, but that's how they are. Narcissists burn bridges with people. Not every single ex, no, but ones who found out about them, didn't take their shit, exes who didn't put up with their bullshit, they burned bridges with those people. And with me, he burnt all the bridges that were there. So like he burnt every single one. So that's not, it's over with, and there's no chance in hell of us ever becoming friends or on good terms. But I don't run away from things. I think that's the thing about me, is that I'm not afraid of people. I'm not scared at all. You know what I mean? I'm just not that kind of person. Maybe it's the Sicilian in me, I don't know, but I'm not afraid of people or situations. I walk right up to it, just like I would with him, and it doesn't bother me. I'm pretty tough. Um, but as far as going no contact, if your ex is bothering you or doing things, yes, then you do need to go no contact. Me and my ex narcissist, since we've been broken up, have never been in contact for only more than a month or 2 months. So there's really no need for me to be no contact. As far as social media, I could care less what he sees or what he knows or anything like that. It doesn't bother me. Um, it doesn't bother me at all. Um, but like I said, he will instigate. They will instigate if you stop talking to them, or you change something and they can't get through to you. Say you were connected on social media, say that you were in touch in some way, and you stop that, they will instigate and they will do something to kind of see, to pull out, throw out these feelers. Are she still around? Is she still on here? Where is she? And they'll put out these cryptic messages on purpose to kind of lure you back, to get you to talk to them and to message them. But like I said, the minute you message them, they're going to ignore you. They're going to still continue their narcissistic abuse of giving you the silent treatment, even though they're trying to lure you into this trap of still giving you that silent treatment. Even if you do send them a message, even if you do send them a text or an email and say something to them, they will still continue that silent treatment on you. It's all this big game. They're very evil, fucked up people. I'm serious. Like and there's lots of videos on this if you want to look it up. Narcissists and are they evil? Is there some kind of demonic, diabolical, essence with these people? And I would say yes, there is. I would say absolutely. There's something off about narcissists. There is, because some of the things that they do is really kind of heartless. It really is. They have no heart. And to do the things that they do, to cheat and lie and betray, and the games that they play and the ignoring, even though you know that you really need them for something, they'll flat out ignore you on purpose, deliberately. You have to be you kind of have to be a dark person to do that, right? You can't be a normal person and act like that. So like there is some kind of a diabolical force with these people. I do believe that wholeheartedly. Um there is. I believe it. I do believe that. Yes. Whether they pick up some kind of bad spirit somewhere, possibly that's what happens to them. I don't know what happens. I don't know about all that stuff. All I can talk about is my own experience with them. But I will tell you that they do. They are kind of dark. They're kind of weird. You can't read these people. That's what makes them so hard. Is that when you look in the eyes of a narcissist, you're not. You don't feel that warmth. Like with my ex narcissist, when I would look in his eyes, I wouldn't feel his soul. I wouldn't feel warmth. I felt cold. It felt very cold, very distant, not of goodness, not of and it depends on his mood too. Like of course if he was happy and jovial that day, yes, maybe you would see it. But on a regular day, I wouldn't see uh a warmness in his eyes. I didn't. I A lot of times I look in his eyes just to see, and it would be kind of cold and kind of distant and kind of far away. I never felt that connection with him. The connection that, you know, when you look in your boyfriend's eyes, you can see like love. I mean, when I look in my boyfriend's eyes, I see the way he feels about me just by looking in his eyes. I feel that warmth and I see like this love, this loving feeling. My ex narcissist, I didn't have that with him. It was always this blank stare, this coldness. And it was cold. It really was cold. It wasn't my imagination. It was cold. Narcissists are cold people. And in their eyes, it's kind of like nothing. It's kind of like this nothingness. Hard to describe, but you could read about it. It's the way I feel about mine. A lot of people feel very similar about their narcissists too, and it's just how it is with these people. But no contact is something that you have to decide if you want to do it or not. It's a method. I feel like it's a method that can work if you're looking to make your ex like miss you. I've never used the no contact rule. I've never had to use the no contact rule, but a lot of people do use it to make their ex miss them. So they go no contact for like 90 days or 60 days. And then that usually will make your ex kind of miss you and stuff. So then they kind of like start talking again. And that's a lot of times people will kind of get back together. But that's only if you've only been broken up for like 90 days. That's like 3 months. When you've been broken up for like 5 years, you don't do the no contact rule after 5 years. There's no need to do that. After, for me, with my, like my most recent exes that I've had, like I've been in a couple relationships since my ex covert. I've never had to play games like no contact or anything like that because we broke up on good terms with everybody. So, like I said, you only do that with narcissists, and you'll when you look back at your relationships and say to yourself, like, look back at the guys that you broke up with or the women that you broke up with. If that relationship ended badly with cheating and lying and betrayal, most likely that person was a narcissist. Because when I look back at mine, even with my short term, casual, more like just having fun with someone, and I found out they were a narcissist, they don't end well because of the lying and the betrayal that they do to you. So, yeah, they're not going to end good. Um, every guy that I've ever dated that I broke up with, we all became friends at some point afterwards. Um, And I'm not saying friends where we hang out and we go do things together. I'm just talking about if they needed to talk to me, I would answer the phone. If they texted me, I would answer them. With a narcissist, no, you're not gonna want to talk to them. You're not gonna want to see them. You're gonna want to keep that distance there. And that's how it is with narcissists. That's how you know you were with a narcissist. It's just this kind of like bad taste in your mouth with those people, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, I'm glad that I don't have to see you anymore kind of thing. But no, that's what it's like. So no contact is something that you may or may not need to do. With me, I'd never had to do it with mine. But if my ex narcissist did bother me and did try and contact me and was irritating to me, then I would have to do it and I would do no contact. It depends on that person. It depends on what they're doing, you know. But most of the time, a covert narcissist will give you the silent treatment. So there's no need to really, you don't really have to do no contact. So anyway, that's it for this one.